Anyone know what a Yorkie looks like? Yorkshire Terriers. I'm just going to call them Yorkies. Whoops. Oh, why did it go wrong?
Correct.
Okay.
Backwards.
Sorry. That's what they look like. Well, about 15 years ago, I decided to start breeding Yorkies. And there's some things to consider when you're breeding Yorkies. That is breeding errors, a breeding cycle of the dog, and registering and selling Yorkie puppies. And this is what I learned about breeding Yorkies. You need a male and a female, and you need to know when to breed them. The female has a heat cycle, which is called the estrus cycle. And there's 4 distinct phases in this cycle. The first one is the proestrus cycle, or phase, and that's when the female is not interested in the male whatsoever. He's interested totally, but she's not. And this lasts about 9 days, so she won't be bred that during that phase. The next one is the estrus cycle phase, and that is also known as a standing heat. The female will stand for the male to breed her. So this is where she's going to get bred. And this lasts 4 to 14 days. Next is the diestrus phase, and that is, this phase concludes the mating process, as most females at this time will not be interested in the male, but the male's going to stick around anyway and try some more. If the dog has been impregnated, this phase will last until the puppies are born at about 60 days. And if the female has not been impregnated during this time, this phase will be pretty much like the next one, which is the anestrus phase. And this phase is the longest phase of the cycle, and it ranges from 100 to 150 days. And that's the time for the female's ovaries and pituitary gland to prepare for the next cycle. So the next thing to consider is breeding errors. Sometimes there's breeding errors that occur, and I've had those problems. There is this thing called it's a mutation of a gene. It's called the dilute gene of DD. And it causes these puppies to be born. As you can see, there's one gray one right here, silver. They're called blue-born puppies. And the gene they have normal is to be born with GG. That's what lets their fur turn silver after they're an adult. But this one has the wrong gene. So they grow up and they look like this. This one here has no fur. I had to keep that one. And then I was so lucky to get 2 of them. And that one over there, my friend just happened to take off my hands for me. And the other one is normal. I raised that one too. But those are all crunched up for some reason. That's not how they really look. So that's a breeding error, but they're still sweet. Anyway, another breeding error is multiple sired litters. Multiple sired litters, and one dog, one male, or one female can be bred by more than one male in a cycle. So you can have dogs that would look like this in a litter, really, if you wanted to. So that's not good. So after you get finished breeding, you can have your puppies registered with AKC registration, and that is a database for canine DNA profiles for purposes of parentage verification and genetic identity, and that's for purebred dogs only, and there is a cost. And so then after you get that all done, you can sell your puppies. So once they're weaned, you can sell them. You have to have the appropriate vaccines and worming and vet checks. You have to get their tails docked at 4 days, which I do. And most of the time, mine are sold before they're born because they are a very popular breed. So in conclusion, you've learned a little about the timing of breeding a dog, some problems you may face during the breeding process, and how you may earn a little money by doing so. That's it.
All right, Sandy. Well,